Getting into the live stream, and I just need to set up my music. Here we go. All right. Not that song, though. Let's start with this one. Great. Cool. Let's get into sharing the screen as well. Oh, maybe one more thing I need to check. All right, let's share this. I have a remix project. So I'm going to start on deving dev command, dev. We'll go to, there we go, my pet app that I'm working on. And what do we want to do today? I think I want to look into maybe seeding the database with some random data so that we have something besides just this. I want to do some more style stuff, and I want to do relationship stuff between dogs and their parents. What's up, Phils? You are here early today. And Stony. What up, y'all? Y'all just waiting on me to show up or what? Cool. Well, let's get going. A couple things I wanted to do here. What did I have here? Oh. There's like one thing that I really hate about this interaction right now is how this is loading poorly. So, couple things that we can do there. Let's go to index. Okay, here. A couple things I want to do is let's put a more responsible loading procedure on these images. We're going to do loading equals lazy. Now that's not ideal. What am I getting up to today? I want to do a little bit of the styles here that I have. Then I want to look into some stuff that's specific to Prisma in terms of environment-specific connection stuff. So local development, I want to work on SQLite. Then when I deploy to like staging or production, I want to show how to use different environment variables to connect to different instances of the database. And then I want to also get into working on the relationship between dogs and their owners. So if we can do all that, we will have made some really good progress today. First things first, it's just a little bit of working on this loading issue. And part of the issue, there's a couple issues here. So I want, one, adding this loading lazy. It's not the most responsible way to address these first images on the page, but theoretically this page is going to be long scrolling or longer. So we don't want to load the images that are further down on the page until they scroll into view. Another thing is I want these images to take up space before they actually download. So instead of them doing this jumping thing while they're loading, I want them to actually take up some space. So I'm going to wrap that with a div, give it a class of, and am I going to do this? I think I'm going to go with like aspect ratio of something like 3:2. And then we're going to add a helper utility. I think above the margin stuff, somewhere here. So we'll go class of aspect ratio of, what was it, 3:2. Did I do that right? I did it the wrong way. 3:2. Aspect ratio of 3:2 is going to have an aspect ratio of 3:2. Cool. Let's see what that's looking like. If I reload, now I can see that the images have a div around them taking up that space. So while we wait for those images to load, ideally we would have the size of these images too. Right now I think it's, oh, that's the wrong thing. I want to inspect this element. I want to grab this image. And it is, I don't know what the image sizes are going to be yet. So these are just like random dogs. So we'll have to come back to that one. But definitely giving the browser a hint of what size these are is smart. Now, the only problem I have here is these images could be whatever size they want to be. Like, I just happen to have this div be the correct size. But if, for example, I wanted to do like a 1-to-1, 1-to-1, that image, 1-to-1, thank you. That image is not filling up the space. So let's fix that. And we're going to go, the image itself, I want to give this a class. Border radius, that's fine. And we're going to say fit cover. I'm going to go and create a new utility class for images. I think it's going to go down here. I'm going to say fit of cover is going to be object fit cover, which means if we go back and we change this guy to an aspect ratio of 1-to-1, okay, I did not get that right. What's going on there? 100%, type 100%. There we go. Okay, that's what was missing. So this way, the image is actually larger than that 1-to-1 aspect ratio. So one of the downsides to this is, I mean, ideally, if we have control over everything that we're loading on the website, we would actually modify the image size so that the image is 1-to-1. In this case, I'm thinking some of my images are not going to, like, I might have images that are, you know, portraits, some are going to be landscape. And I'm going to want the same aspect ratio for all of them. But the downside to using an aspect ratio instead of cropping the actual images is that you end up sending more data to the user than is necessary, because here the image itself, you can see is like wider. It actually comes out to like this far and this far for looking at this one. So all of that image that we're not using is still data that the user is downloading, which is not good for them. A little bit slower connection, and also if they're on data plans, we are using more of their data. So what do I need here? First thing, I'm gonna go to my card. I actually want, do I have a background white on here somewhere? I do, background white. I want this background white to actually be on the entire card. So there, I think, so that when the image is still loading, it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like blocked off there. I also want to get rid of this border top. So I want, in the event that we have a thumbnail, I want the radius to be gone, and I also want border top transparent. Or border top 0, I guess. Either will work. So let's look at my borders. There you go. Border top 0 is border top 0. Okay, that got rid of that border. Oh, that's kind of a weird effect though, huh? Oh, that's loading. Huh. Solution time. Okay. The solution here is to not have a border at all. In fact, let's get rid of this border, which means we don't need this other border. And the reason why is because we can rely on a box shadow instead. And that will wrap the entire element, and the box shadow will follow the border radius quite nicely. I also want to change this radius instead of from 4 to 8. I think that's going to look a little bit nicer. Do I have a radius of 8? I don't. Where is my radius? Radius 8. Radius top and bottom 8. That's what's missing. Top and bottom of 8. There we go. Reload. Where's my radius? Come on now. Radius B8. Radius. Border bottom right radius. Am I missing something? Because I moved the background here, this thing does not have the radius on it, so the actual background is bleeding over here. Okay. Why didn't I put the border radius on this? Because the image, something. I don't know, because I was doing something wild last time. Let's see. We got the background wide, position relative, border 8. Let's see there. Nope, radius 8. And cool, now we wanted to check if one of them does not have the image. Make sure that that looks good. Cool, that looks good with or without an image. With an image, it doesn't look as good because the image itself has the wrong radius on it. So I think what we can do is probably just keep that. I don't know why I didn't have the roller radius on it before. I don't know if we need this at all. Content. Adding a cool. I need an overflow here. Yep, that gets my top border radius, and I think that should do. So let's go display position absolute. Let's go after these. We'll do overflow hidden. Overflow hidden. Thank you. Come to my card. Relative overflow hidden. Radius 8, background white. Means this padding of 8 can go down onto here. Don't need this. Okay, so far it looks good with the dog image in there. And let's take that image out and see how we do. Cool, looks good with or without the dog image. Now I want to add a little bit of an effect where I hover over it. Like a nice CSS shadow, so I don't know. I'd like one that just kind of looks nice. We'll just do one from scratch. Normally, I would probably recommend finding someone that has a good box shadow because they're kind of hard to get right. But we're gonna do it ourselves here. So on the card, in the event that you hover over the card, we're gonna say box shadow. Sure. Probably don't want. I don't know if we'd want the primary color. And I want this to actually like bleed a little bit. So if I go to the card and I say box shadow of 0.003 pixels. No, I want this. This is where they're hard to get right. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna say RGB A 0.3 maybe. Definitely don't need that much box shadow. Maybe like 20 pixels, and a 0.2, maybe 0.1, maybe 0.2. Cool, I like that. I'm going to convert this to rem, which is going to be, let's say 1.5 rem. Okay. On hover, we're going to do that. The card itself, I want to put a transition on that. Card, transition, and I want to transition two things because I don't just want a box shadow. I also want to transform scale, just like a tiny bit, 1.1. And I want to transition. Transition property is going to be transform and box shadow. And then transition duration, sure, 0.2 seconds. Let's see how this looks. Hover, oh, 1.1 is way too much. So I want this like effect where it just kind of comes up a tiny bit. That's not it. 1.05 maybe, 1.02. There you go. Just a nice little, that's even too much. Let's go 1.01. Very subtle hover and a very subtle shadow that makes it look like a little bit of a 3D effect. Cool. Let's make this 1.25 rems, so that shadow doesn't expand out quite so far. It's still even too dark in my opinion. So 1. About 1 rem. Cool, super subtle. I like that. Now there's one problem, is the folks that are trying to select it with a keyboard should also have that same kind of effect. So let's go on hover. We also want to say focus within. Focus within. And I'm doing these on separate lines because in the event that focus within is not supported, I still want this to work. Yo, Charlie Devs, what's going on? Just import Bootstrap and Tailwind and call it a day. Oh, Stony, I don't like how those ones worked out. There we go. Now we have focus within, and we can see that animation working pretty well. I think I want it to scale a little bit more. Doing pretty well. Yeah, making some progress. We're having some fun, I think. Except for Stony. Stony hates watching me code for some reason, but loves tormenting me. So it's a. There we go. I like that. I like that. A little loud, hard to hear me. Okay, sorry. Sometimes the volume shoots up and down on the song, so how's that, better? Oh yeah, that I think is the style that I want. A little bit of shadow as it comes up. Yes, and I also want to offset it from the top. Do I? Yeah, I don't want it to just come out like that. I think, let's do this. I'm gonna grab this guy. I'm gonna grab this link. I'm going to put focus on it. That triggers the focus within, and then that lets me come up here and work on my styles for this. So I want this. I want this. What is this? That's going to be the offset in the X direction. I want this to offset in the Y direction. So it goes kind of down below. Yeah, let's go 8 pixels. Okay. I think that works for me. What is that? My box shadow here, right? 0.5 rems. Cool. All right. I like that. Yeah, I'm still, box shadows are so hard to get right sometimes. Let's go split the difference and call it there. Cool, I like that. How do we feel about that? I think it's pretty good. We'll see. Cool. That is, I think of kind of as far as I want to get with the styles today. Let's just add this little effect. I'm all right with that. I think we also probably just want to do that in a responsible manner. Yeah, I know. I'll get the music through. So the problem is I haven't set up OBS. So I'm using this like restream thing, and I can't bring this tools like Zoom into the studio. Local video. I wonder if I could get like, yeah, I just can't like stream music in, unfortunately. They have this background music, which I guess is an option. Let's try that. I don't know why I said I can't do that. I can totally do that. Here you go. There you go. Yeah, I have OBS. I just have to like get it set up, you know? But that's all right. Y'all doing well with this? No. We'll get the chip tunes back. I promise. I'm just like super swamped with work these days. I'm going to be presenting at ViewConf, so you know what? Since we're on the stream today, I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek of one thing I've been working on. A ViewConf talk. I don't even need this. Let me see. Yeah, thank you. I don't know how educational it'll be, but it will be fun at least. So let's say CD presentation, ViewConf. You'll have to see this. It's hilarious. Localhost 3030. I don't know if I should be doing this, but whatever. Let's see. I've got some super fun slides that I'm going to be presenting. So where's the other good one? This is another good one. Oh yeah. This is probably the one I like the most though. Where you compare before and then after. Whee! Anyway, you'll have to watch watch it when it's done or re-recorded or whatever. Also, shout out to SlideDev. SlideDev, awesome tool by Anthony Foods. Dev. Yeah, you saw that. It was great. I'm so excited for it. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I feel like they accepted my talk because it's kind of a bit of it is like maybe more of an intro level talk, which you still need at conferences for a lot of people. But I also get that sort of imposter syndrome in the back of my head. That's like, oh, everyone's gonna know everything, and it's not gonna be super interesting, but it'll at least be fun and very full of puns. So yeah. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, responsible animations here. So one thing that I want to do is say, this actually should have been handled by my CSS starter. Let's go up to here, and we're gonna say at media, what is it? Prefers, what is it? Prefers reduced motion. Prefers reduced motion. I think it will be recorded. Yeah. I remember that you did that lightning talk. We were on the same lightning talk panel. It was great. Where is it? What's the syntax? There you go. Okay, I did have it right. Cool. If I want to say if you don't prefer reduced motion, how do I do that? In case the user has made no preference. There we go. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. One of the biggest things that the ViewConf community does that is just a blast is karaoke. So this is going to be my first in-person event since the pandemic. So I'm very excited for that. So we're going to say transition duration, and I think we want this to be like 0.1 milliseconds or something, or like 1 millisecond, so that it's not actually, I forget why it has to have some time, but this way we can say, if you prefer reduced motion. Oh, I'm silly. Okay, I'm silly. This should actually be already taken care of. How do I trigger prefers reduced motion in Windows though to test that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, same here. In 2019. Well, okay, so 2019. Oh no, you spoke at 2019. I spoke at 2020. But it was the year, because they did the same thing with me. My talk, the 2021 was the year that the COVID virus was like announced. Well, I guess 2019. Anyway, 2020 was the year that it really affected the ViewConf. So they had ViewConf, I think, in like February or maybe March, like beginning of March, and the COVID thing didn't start or like really start until March in the US. And so there were all of these really weird things going on at the conference because everyone's like, okay, there's this weird COVID thing that's like not quite happening here, but it sounds pretty bad, so we're going to take some precautions. And so many presenters had dropped out, and so many of the sponsors like didn't go because of that, and everyone was like bumping elbows instead of shaking hands and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't until the night before that they told me that I was having the lightning talk. It was so stressful. I did not sleep at all because I didn't have my slides prepared. Because I mean, you know, you go to the conference or you assume that if you're at the conference that day or the night before, then you probably didn't get selected. So I hadn't prepared my slides, and it was just oof, what a whirlwind. Still, lots of fun. Love ViewConf. Probably my favorite conference that I go to on a regular basis. Although, I don't know, they're all great. I'm excited to be back into conference zone. Hopefully everyone stays safe. What did I want to do? Windows enable. Isn't there a way in Chrome to simulate prefers reduced motion? Chrome prefers reduced motion. Microsoft Edge. That's cool. That's not what I have though. Let's see. Reduce. Simulate prefers reduced motion. Okay, cool. So that's what I wanted. Essentially, you still have the transform, but you don't get the transition. So as I hover over these, they're just kind of instant because in my CSS reset, we basically check if the user prefers reduced motion, and if they do prefer reduced motion, then we set all of the transitions, durations, and animations to not. Yeah. Shift P? Control Shift P. Control Shift P. Reduce motion. Okay, cool. That's back on. Awesome. Okay. That is all that ooh, I didn't quite get that right, did I? This. Image. Aspect ratio fit. Yes, still missing one thing. This is only perfectly sized because the image itself has an aspect ratio of 3:2. But if we set this aspect ratio of 1:1, then the image is not quite the right size. So how do we do that? We use width and height. Width and height 100%, please, on that image. So we're going to do one last thing with CSS and say down here, inline size, inline line size of full is going to be inline size 100%, and then we'll do block size full. Cool. We throw those on the image because it needs to be 100% in every direction so that object fit will actually do anything. So inline size. Don't really love that syntax and naming decision. Not my best work. Block size full. Okay. Now, if we go back to the image container and we say that this is going to be an aspect ratio of 1:1, we can see that the image grows to fit that size. Beautiful. Okay, that is as far as I'm going to take these styles, and is it? Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah, there was one thing that I did outside of the stream before jumping on today, and that was on these cards. One of the things that we do, or one of the things that I did, was I gave all of the interactive elements. I'm missing one here. All the interactive elements, card, and then if it had anything that has a tab index, I think it has a tab index. Do I need a tab index? Maybe, maybe not. I think I'll leave that off for now. But any of these interactive elements, they get a position of relative, so that when I hover over this, if you weren't on the last stream, one thing we're doing is we're taking this link and wrapping the H3 content inside of a link, so that when I click on it, it goes to that page. But to make this a better user experience, we are also taking that link and putting a before element, pseudo element inside of it, and having that before pseudo element cover the entire card. That way I can click anywhere, even up in this top right corner, I can click here, and it's going to follow whatever this link is. Now, the only gotcha there is if there are other interactive elements, we don't want this before pseudo element. We don't want that link being clicked if I'm trying to click this text link here. So how do we solve that? Is any of the links that come after this heading, if they have a position relative on them, then they will come later on in the DOM, the flow of the DOM, which means that they will take precedence. So clicking on this text link will trigger a little hash mark on it, and then clicking anywhere else will trigger the link to Griffin Dog. Perfect, beautiful, love it. Okay, next thing is next. I actually don't need this text or href, so we can just leave the card. So we're only getting the doggo information for now. We will probably get more information later. Now I need to figure out how to manage owners. So let's go to Nugget, and I need to list the owners, list Nugget's owner. I need to have a way to search for owners and a way to create that relationship. So let's go to the pet screen. No, what I wanted to do was look at environment variables, because in one case, I want to be able to connect, in development, I want to connect to SQLite, and in production staging, I want to connect to a hosted managed database. Yes, you just wrap the button with the anchor tag. Yes, you could do that. So the only problem with that approach is if I'm here on the home page, and I have this card, and I put a bunch of text in there that, let's say, is the description of the dog. So if it looks like this, the problem is when a user with assistive technology tabs through the page, tabs through the page, if you put the link around the entire card, the link sort of label or content is going to read Nugget lorem ipsum dolorcit met consectatur adipticizing elit, and so on, which is not a great experience, right? Ideally, the way that we have it coded is this link actually only wraps the text nugget instead of wrapping the entire card, and that way, when a user with assistive technology comes here, it will read just Nugget and then Griffin Dog. And of course, they could access the other text on the page through the other methods of navigating a website with assistive technology. But yeah, I mean, particularly for like screen readers, we're trying to do this in the most responsible way for everyone. Also, like part of what I like to do here is share these little tidbits that are like, yeah, maybe you don't want to do that, but whatever. It's an opportunity to learn something. Okay, Stony, you may jump in on this one, but I want to get into the environment variables. So let's say I am, right now we are looking at Prisma and we have this Prisma schema and we tell Prisma, hey, our provider is this SQLite. I guess this is how we would do it, right? We would say that the provider is the database URL and env here is the database. I'm just gonna, let's see, let's change database to db URL and db. Sure, why not? And then we can take this stuff out. That's upset because it's missing, what's it missing, a comma? What are you complaining about? A data source must not use env function in the provider argument. How do I tell it that it's SQLite then, instead of, interesting. When will I make YouTube videos with in-depth of ARIA? Honestly, I am not an ARIA expert. Probably never. And it's just so easy to get that stuff wrong. Okay, according to Prisma though, and most projects that I would want to work with, we're going to support a .env file, which yes is get ignored, great. And then I want this to be, yeah, database URL is fine. I want to create a environment variable called database URL, but then how am I going to pass this SQLite thing there? I only have one database, but this is only your migration file in the end. Yeah, but this is how Prisma knows how to connect, no? You can set the Prisma client to use any database and with env. Okay, but according to Prisma, I cannot use an environment variable here. And that's the problem. Oh, unless we're saying in my actual database connector, can I set the environment here? Or can I set the database connector type here? You can tell Prisma to use a different migration file to migrate and generate the models. How do I do that? Prisma.io. And I still have one question around this, is if I'm running my migrations, I still need my Prisma schema to know whether I am in a production environment or a local environment, because I could run those migrations locally or somewhere distributed, no? Maybe not. Maybe not, I don't know. Okay, so let's see, Prisma client database. Prisma client. schema reference. There you go. Okay, cool. Data source. Let's go here. New Prisma client. Let's see what's going to come here. Data sources. Cool. And this is going to be data sources. What type is this though? I mean, I guess we'll just follow what TypeScript tells us. We know that it needs to have a DB on it. And we know that this has to have a URL. Cool, process env.database URL, which we're actually going to get from fully spelled out database URL. Cool. Prisma schema. This any Prisma media config snippet, right? Maybe. That's all right. Let's see. Okay, so new reference, provider URL, string URL. All the providers are available. No. There must be, yeah, the provider must be in here somewhere too, right? Like provider, no? Prisma client, no? Oh, interesting. Okay, so you can pass in well, the question here is really, how do I run SQLite locally and Postgres in production or staging? And it doesn't look like anything that I found suggests that that's possible. So let's try this. Database URL, I need to call .env, which is a package that I do not currently have. So npm i.env, no, .env. Time for a lesson on Docker? For me, I don't think I need a Docker lesson. Accidentally muted my mic. My bad. Thanks for looking out. But yeah, pgmem looks like a cool little project where it's a experimental in-memory emulation of Postgres. I don't know if this would be great for. I mean, this is designed to speed up unit tests. Yeah, pretty cool, right? I think if you're running unit tests against a Postgres database, couple options. You either mock all of the database connections, okay, which has its own pros and cons, but is fast. You send your connections over the network, which you probably shouldn't do. Or you use something like SQLite, which has your database locally, but is not the same as Postgres. So there's some inconsistencies there. Or, and I have not used this, you try out pgmem, which in theory brings up an in-memory database, which should be faster than SQLite. Doesn't require something like Docker. And we'll see. But I don't know, again, for unit tests, that sounds great. For running local development, actually for local development, definitely something you don't want, because as soon as you shut down your process, all of your data is gone. So anyway, worth checking out for unit tests. But where was I going? I'm trying to get, yes, I have SQLite, or I have .env installed. So I need .env to begin as soon as my process starts, which means, what is it? In Remix, that's going to be app entry server, I think. So we're going to go import, and then we can just go to .env/config should be enough. Use SQLite in project. You love Docker. Yeah, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with Docker, if I'm honest. Okay. Yeah, you didn't mean a lesson for me? Oh, well, I'm not giving a lesson on Docker either. So no. I mean, if you want to come and guest present on Docker, my Docker days are behind me, I think. Cool. We've got process data.env, database URL. That should be, what did I do here? This is, okay, so that should be connecting to my data source. Prisma schema is still using that database URL. Can I comment? What if I comment this whole thing out? And then we reload. Okay, so this client is working fine. This is for when I run a migration. Still don't really know what I'm doing with this. I'm going to leave it kind of how it was. We'll still use this database URL, so that stays the same, and we'll leave this as SQLite, because that's what it was, no? Yes, it was. And that got moved. Cool. Only difference here is this should no longer... What the heck? Okay, if I move this, this should totally not work. Yes, it does not. Cool. If I move this back, why? Well, one, why is it there? It's not. Okay. Cool. Move this back. Why is a reference to .dev.db, this relative path, this file does not do anything now, only when you migrate or generate. Yeah, okay, I got that. The question is, though, why is this path, which is presumably relative to the root of my project, because it's in the root.env, would presume that the file should exist at the root.dev.database, right? But if I reload, it's actually working. It's getting database. It's definitely getting database from this client, because if I go and check out that database, free account, what? That's where it works in a remote environment. What? Okay, well that was working the other day. Thanks. Yes. Get a connection, please. I want a SQLite connection, please. Prisma dev connect. Connection success. And for some reason I can't see it. That sucks. It was working the other day. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, we know that it's working because the application is working. It's a variable, therefore, relative to the path of the executor. Yes, I get that as well, but that still boggles my mind because our database file, which in theory is executing here, would assume that the file is in here. But no, this is, I guess this is saying, always grab it from the root Prisma folder. I don't know, that's weird. That's weird, but that's okay. What's next? What's next? So if I change, let me do this. Yeah, let me do this. I'm gonna copy this. I'm going to change it to dev2, and then we are going to go to Prisma here. No, we're going to go to the env file. We're going to change this to dev2, hit save, and then we're going to restart, just start from scratch, restart the server, reload, add a new dog. Where is it? Still thinking, there we go. Add a new dog. What was the other dog? Freaking, what's her name? The reason you can't mix and match a database type makes sense? No, it doesn't though. It really doesn't, because Connects can do that just fine. What is my neighbor's dog's name? She was here just the other day. See, this is why I need this application. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna make it up. It starts with an L, I think. Dollar Lola. That's an R name. Type is dog. Add the doggo. Invalid date. Okay. I know what the problem is. In our pet post. No, in our pet creation here. If you add the relational sugar from Mongo to SQLite, it breaks. Yeah, but if you can go from like Postgres to SQLite, those should be close enough. I don't know. Okay, pre-process. So if we don't have a date, what would this be? New date of undefined or null would just be now. So why am I getting invalid date? In my pet schema, when I create it. Let's see. No, we're gonna go here. So log error data. There are all people that report those sorts of issues. What issues are you talking about? Lola, type is dog, add, and invalid date, path, birthday, message, invalid date. That's my error. Where's my actual, oh, wait, it's undefined. Yeah. Wow, I think they have that doesn't make any sense. Because here, Z preprocess should take a V, and if it's undefined, should return a new date, which should then be fine. Okay, let's see what we've got here. right? Name, Lola, type dog, add, invalid date. Okay, undefined. I mean, but if you pass new date and you explicitly pass undebugged, undefined. Ah, you do get invalid date. Okay, that's weird. That's not what I expected. But if you just do new date and you don't pass anything, thanks JavaScript. That's cool. You don't. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, as a maintainer of the project. Okay. You have to report these kinds. Like if I was the maintainer of Prisma, would I want people to report the weird inconsistencies between SQLite and Postgres? You probably have to make a good point. Okay. So what happens? Can I do new date of null? I do get. No, I don't get the right thing. Cool. So I need to return if v is defined, we'll do new date of v. Otherwise, we'll do new date. No. Do new date of v or date.now. Now, there we go. Cool. Now, if I do new date of undefined for date.now, we get day. Awesome. Okay, so restart here. We're going to add Lola, type of dog, add doggo, validation passes. We've got Nugget, Griffin, and Lola, which really bothers me that I don't have the actual dog's name in my neighborhood. I gotta go get the dog's name. I'll be back in a second. Wow. Freaking Lila. I was so close. So I guess we have to add a new pet. Lila. There it is. Cute dog. Very cute dog. I think that's how you spell it. Oh, it doesn't look right, does it? Layla? I don't know. That's fine. Okay. Next thing what I was gonna do today. That database thing. Yeah, so now we have a couple other dogs. And if we go to change the env back to the regular dev, then I should only have 2 dogs. Probably have to restart the process. Load. Okay, yeah, I guess that's weird. All that to say that it's weird that this is a relative path, and it's relative to the path of where the Prisma folder exists. And I spent all that time adding Lila. Now she's not there. Maybe it's, what do you think, Lila? That's Leela. Lila. Type dog. Lila. Okay, Nugget, Griffin, and Lila. Cool. Next. What's next? Get rid of that env. Still a little bit unsure about that env stuff, but if I am pushing anything to production, I can run this build command, and I could run something like what was it? well, I can I don't know, create an env file for production and staging. So I can do something like this and say, like production.env, and then this would be like the Postgres URL, Postgres, do whatever, yeah, something like that. I don't think that would actually work, but I also need my git ignore to ignore anything that ends in .env. So we also ignore production.env. Fix that class statement, bud. What am I missing? What did I miss? Class statement. No, I know what you're talking about. And create, maybe? This one? Browser console error. Oh, that freaking thing. Yeah, okay, sorry. That's the most, just get used to that. That I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to. Okay, thank you, JSX. Okay, so we kind of covered the env stuff so that we can connect to SQLite locally, and if we wanted to deploy to production, deploy to production, we would want to use this environment variable or in this env file. Do that a number of ways, but I think that's as far as I'm going to go. Let's just touch on the subject of the env stuff and move on, because the next thing I want to do. Yeah, I don't understand why React is like, yo, you can't use class, you have to use class name, but then it actually works. It's kind of like an enabler. But whatever, I didn't design it. I'm sure there's a good reason. I mean, there's a good reason why you're not supposed to use class, but it's weird that it still works. Okay, next thing was the relationship for dog parents or dog owners. On this page, I basically want to show if Nugget has an owner, which would be this guy, show the owner here. And that also needs to be a number of people, like an unordered list, right? So let's see. Let's see here. How are we going to do that? I think I'm going to start without worrying about the design too much. And let's go to the list of pets, pet ID. We're going to show, currently we are including the owner in the list. So somewhere here where we show, yes, somewhere here. We're going to show name, type, birthday, and then we're going to have something here that shows the existing owners. No, somewhere below. We've got edit pet, we've got delete pet. We'll just go down here. I'll figure out the design in a moment. We're going to go unordered list, li, and then we're going to go music stop. It did. Boop. You know what, Stoney? I was going to ask you about what your thoughts were on some good stream channel perks. I think picking music is going to be one. I think forcing me to do something like push-ups or something ridiculous. I don't know. We'll have to think of some other ones. Okay, so here we're going to do, what is it, doggo? Is it still doggo? Or is it pet? It's pet. Okay, pet dot owner. And that's going to be a list, so dot map. And for each owner, you're going to 10 push-ups. Yeah, exactly. Y'all are going to be, you know, cashing in on those, and I'm just going to get jacked. Okay, we're going to put the list item in there. We can close that off, and then we've got the owner. I think for now, I'm going to do the owner and the index. Well, the owner should have an ID, right? Yeah, it's a person. So, not really recommended to have a redemption that takes you time or ruins the flow of what you're doing. All right, you know what? I appreciate your expertise. Be the owner dot id, and we're just going to put the owner. No, owner, please. Owner dot name. Okay, and currently I don't have any owners. Let's go here as well. Only show this list item you have any to show. So if that owner and yep, that's it. Something like that. That owner length. Put a little question mark at the end of that. Cool. Look at the VS Code theme. Hydrate. Oh, you know what was a good one that I saw that I want to add? Do y'all know the name? Do y'all know the game Flop? I saw someone playing this a while back. Ooh. Okay. Oh geez. Oh geez. Oh geez. Okay, I'm going. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I don't even know how to do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No, I'm going the wrong way. No. Okay. Well. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. No. Okay. Well, better than my last. Anyway. Channel Point Redemption 500 theme 1 Dark Pro. Cool. I think I know if that means something. Boop, boop, boop. Length. Okay. This is not happy. What? There you go. Cool. The length is greater than 0, and UL. Yeah, no, I got it. I get to, like, you get to choose which theme I'm gonna work on. Fine, I'll let you do this today because you don't even need any points. One dark, this one? One dark pro. But that may have been that first one. Yep. One dark pro flat, one dark pro darker. Oh, look at that, I have a new theme. There you go. Well, we'll leave it there for now. See, why do I even need points? I'm just giving away these bonuses for free. Okay. Owners. I need to add a form to add owners to this pet. So let's copy this. Let's go here, and we're going to say the pet ID. So if I want to post an owner to the pet, so we're going to post to delete. We're going to post to the pet ID owner, and it's going to have a type of submit, and then I need to actually somehow list the pet ID. Okay, well, I'm glad that this is better for your dyslexia. I do really like the color they chose for the side here. Nice green. That was like the green that I had in mind for this project. Okay, we're going to do add owner. So now my question is, how am I going to do this? I need to be able to list the owners, and I guess I would put them as checkboxes. So I think we need another form to search for owners. Yep, this is how it's going to look. We're going to do pet ID owner search, right? Pet owner. No, not pet owner. Just give me the owners. No, yes, give me a search. So method we can omit. It's going to default to get form action. Give me all the owners. Give me all the owners. And we're going to have an input of ID equals search. Label is search. Name is search. Cool. List owners. I don't know. Sounds odd, but trust me, it works for you. Oh, I believe you. Okay, so we have a new form. We want to search for the list of owners, and essentially, once again, we want to do this with or without JavaScript available. So I want to search, which is strange because we don't currently have any owners. So we need another form to add owner. You're out. It's okay. We're going to do it without JavaScript support and then like with JavaScript to make it better. So form action here, we want to action method is going to be post. So we're going to actually create owners. Let me open up my Prisma file. Ooh, I do like this theme actually. It's quite nice. I want to see what an owner has, ID, name, and list of pets. So when I create an owner, I can basically just post to the owner route, and I think you like watching the no JavaScript support. Let's see, input ID. What was it again? Name. What was it? ID and name. So we only need to put the owner name for now. So ID is name, label is name, search is, or name is name. Type of submit is to add owner. And then that is going to post the action to the /owner route, which means we need to support posts to the owner route, and in fact, it's not owner, it's person. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. We need to create a person, so this is going to be renamed to person ID. I need an index route inside of, oh no, I did that wrong. Okay, cool, that's fine. I need an index route. Where do I need an index route? I think I need an index route in, why do I have this create route? I don't know, but I'm gonna add a new route at index.jsx for the person. It should look something like this create actually. So let's copy that, post it over here. It's supposed to rub it in and make fun of it. Rub what in? I think I came back too late. I got too far along before I knew exactly what you were talking about. Okay, name, yes, that's cool. ULID, we're gonna need. Database stuff, we're gonna need. Use action, yep. Redirect, we might need a redirect. Yes, we will need a redirect. I'm going to write HTML in JavaScript to output HTML without JavaScript, but use JavaScript to render the non-JavaScript JavaScript. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I like the syntax of JavaScript for composing things, but the output to the web page needs to support no JavaScript. You're finally starting to understand. Great. Okay. So pet options, I don't need, I don't know, add a person, action data, cool. This I'm going to just leave, and I'm going to comment it out for now. So let's see just about posting data to this endpoint. I actually don't even know if I need this UI. So pet schema should actually be person schema. And then, wow, a lot of this looks exactly the same, which is nice because also means that I can probably recreate some of this. Now reuse this on any page. Yeah, I might do that. But for the time being, there's only one problem here is I am taking the action data, processing the form, doing the work to actually create, in this case, the person, and then I'm redirecting back to the home page. What I want to do is actually get information about the request, where the request came from. So let's say, is it not going away on its own? Oh, yeah, I had to click something. So let's console log the request. I think what I want to do is grab the request headers. Cool. So now let's do this. Let's do fetch. We're going to go to the /person route, and we're going to method is post. And let's try just hitting that. That's going to be method not allowed. That's not right. Maybe shrink it a bit so it's not covering you. Hey, let's see. Can I can just like move myself up? Nope, can't do it. That's not what. Is that better? Is that what you're talking about? Let's see. Ooh, another fun one would be like redeem channel points and be able to control the camera. Oh, ULID row 27. No, you know what another point system is going to be? Give Nugget a treat, and then I can get like a Nugget cam set up. That'd be pretty sweet. ULID row 27. Row 27 is ULID, oh, man. Okay, next thing is, yeah, I need to send this. Why is this method not allowed? Add owner, page not working. Cool, 405 error. Oh, that's why. Okay, so in here for the database, I think we need to go up one more route. Cool, that should now be working. Let's go back. And that fetch request one more time. 405 not allowed. Next do. Okay, add that owner. Still not working. What is? Components. Great. Cool. Everything that is a relative path. Awesome. Reload. Go back. Everything should now be, yep, working. Great. And let's try that one more time. Cool. 500. Internal server error. Progress. Invalid mine type. Request form data. Okay. I don't know. That's a new one for me. An error running action for route for route root. Okay. I'm trying to. Was this one of those where? I think I need this to move here. And oh no! I did it again. Why? Yes, please undo what I just did. No! I deleted it by accident. Oh, that's such a bummer. I'd actually done some work on that today. Oh well, we can restore the file. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome work, Austin. Working too fast. Okay, let's get that back. I accidentally deleted some of this stuff, which means, what was it again? Not a lot of changes, I don't think. We need to get rid of this and this, and then we need to go to, I think that's it, actually. Yeah, that's why we have I get it, but I've been doing all these changes today, so I think I got it though. Like if I go home, this is still, yeah, like this is fine. All of my changes were in a different file, so we're good. We are good. Cool. That's another one for Brent to make a clip of. Okay, let's get rid of that. And right, I was going to, now in this case, let's rename it first to person, and then we can move it into the root. And yes, thank you. Cool. Still thinking. Still running the file rename participants. All right, you had no problem deleting my other file a moment ago, like instantly, but moving this file that I've already renamed is a lot. Cool, there it is. Okay, so now let's see. Yep, we've got that. Let's go to console. Let's try hitting this route one more time, and we still get a 500 error. So what is the deal here? Oh, here we go. Okay. This is fine. Action for routes person. Okay, it's running the correct route now, and I am getting the request information that I was interested in, and I should be able to see the referrer. Okay, I want to see something that I wrote not too long ago on the refer. Here. There's the refer. Request referrer, 1R. Cool, I think that's all sort of that I need. Let's go up here, let's pull that into my action. Assuming that the database request succeeded, we can pull some of this stuff. That's there for reference. And then we're gonna say, maybe I'm not supposed to use action data here. Okay, let's try this one more time. No, still 500. I don't know what to do about this. Invalid MIME type. How many times have you rewatched Avatar, The Last Airbender, and The Legend of Korra? Why are you asking that? Am I saying things that are relevant to that? Like my cabbages, or, oh, do the thing. You know, I only watched through both of them once each, and Last Airbender is amazing, and Legend of Korra, I was not as much. It had its moments, but I'm much more the original Last Airbender fan. But the Julie stuff was great. What am I doing with my life? I'm trying to figure out what this MIME type error is. Why am I getting this MIME type error? Request.form data. Okay, how about if we just like, what if we just don't do anything, right? We come here and we just return early with this redirect stuff. That, cool. As soon as I send anything, it should just redirect me to the home page. Cool. Okay, we're not getting the error, so that's good. So it's just complaining about that form data, huh? Oh, wait, no, that may be, nope, that's not the issue. Input, post, ID is name. I wonder if it has something to do, I wonder if that's something to do with two IDs with the same name. That may be it. You lost count and bought this Steelbook Blu-rays and forcing yourself to actually watch something else. Still want to go another time. I mean, it's a fantastic show. So, no problems with that. I say go for it. Let me see. I wonder if it has something to do with its owner name. Conflicting IDs? That is one thing that I really wish. Well, no. Oh, I'm not actually sending any data. Okay, let's see. Fetch post. Let's go. Okay, we've got the post. We've got the body is going to be new URL search params of an object where name is Austin. And we close that off and we send that. And then we actually have to like try and pass that through. That seems to be working all right. Okay, let's go here, see if we actually parse it. Cool, still working, great. Let's assume that that was the problem. Let's get down here and let's see if that was the problem. Boop, boop, boop. Send that request one more time. Cool, it's working. And if I go to my network, check out my network requests, Let me try that one more time. There it is. 302 redirect as expected. Yeah, I actually don't have a Netflix subscription. Okay, I want to. What if I send it without the data? Because in theory, I don't want a 500 error if someone just randomly sends a post request, and that is what I'm getting. But there was an error running the action. Invalid MIME type. Okay. I think that's the problem there. So if, let's see what form data is. That, and we're gonna get something. Restart. Boop. Cool. We get the request, then we get form data, and then we probably get that error. And here we get the request object, and then we don't get it, so it must be a problem here. And the problem is maybe that I am not catching any mistake with form data. Here, request does not have a form data object on it if the data is not sent, I guess. One more time with data, and let's see what we've got. We have a node request object that also doesn't list the form data. But we do have form data here when it exists. Okay, all right. I'm gonna do this. See what we've got. Let's send two requests back to back. One with actual data, one without any data, and see what the dealio is. On one, we have form data as an async function. On the other one, we don't no. On one, we have form data as an async function. On the other one, we have a form data as an async function. But then on the second one we get, there was an error running the action for aroused person, invalid MIME type. Oof. All right. Not sure about this one. All right, well, let's see if we can handle catching this error then. Dot catch now console log, baby. Console log all the things. That's gonna say And if we catch and we don't return anything, then we're going to say if there's not form data, we just redirect. That's fine. Send something without any data. We don't get that error anymore. And we still get that invalid MIME type. So I'm going to log this for now. Say to do look into very invalid MIME type. Okay, so let's continue. I want to grab this information. Now, on a successful request, we're going to have some body information. We're going to get the username. We are going to add the user to the database. And then I suppose on the page where we are listing people, we probably want to load the people, maybe, maybe not. We'll come back to that. So I want to say after you've added a person to the database, I want to check the request headers. So let's see. I give this a type definition. Let's say type import from remix. Remix run node. Let's say it's an action function, which should give me type definitions for requests, please. Awesome. Which means I should be able to say const accept equals request headers.accept. Cool, that's great. And then that should be it. Some JSON. If the user, okay, so we're gonna say person equals that in the event, or let's just say just like the results. In the event that we create a person, if the user requests JSON, we will return the results. So this one's for you, Sony. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where on a JavaScript supported request, we will return JSON. On a HTML only request, we will redirect the user back from whence they came. So we're going to do that. And how do I do the redirect with remix and explicitly provide the status code? Remix.run. Redirect HTTP helpers and search for status code. Cool, that's JSON. Redirect the path and then the status code. Awesome. Redirect's going to go there, and then we're going to go to the status code is 303. The actual redirect path is going to be to the referrer, and that is our code. Okay, so in this case, when I submit this request, it should send me back to the page that I just came from. But of course I get an error. Reading includes. That's okay. So we don't have the headers here. Okay. Now I have a bunch of people that I've accidentally added to the database. Let's stop doing that. And just say const results equals sent the object. Cool. Down here, console log request dot headers. And log that one more time. See what we've got here. And we have headers as a header object. And I should have the accept header on there. but I think it's not actually an object. It's headers dot get. Get accept. Cool. Request headers dot get fetch mode and request headers dot get referrer. Cool. Hit that one more time. Cool. That should return with a redirect, not a actual response. Payload. Yep. Preview. That should have been a return to results. No. Yes. Interesting. That should have sent the secfetch mode of cores, because I made this request with JavaScript. Let's go here, send that. I should see the secfetch mode of cores. I do, which means that we should be having the return results, not a redirect, which is the case, I think. I think maybe I need to do the JSON thing. Return JSON. I think that's the issue. Return JSON with these results. JSON, okay, that should be fine. And let's see if we get JSON back here. Network, done my person. I did not. Is that really the case? No. Okay, so the weird thing is I do get a 200 response. All right, well, that will be solved when we support JavaScript fetch requests. What I want to do is when I go to Nugget, no. When I go to create a dog, no. When I go back to what? Nugget, where is my owners? Shoot, did I delete all that too? No way. When I okay, that's right. What's that? And I create a pet. Okay, here it is. Yeah, that's right. It's here. I look at a pet, edit a pet. Ah, I do have the owner. Okay. Cool. Let's get a list of all the owners really quick so I can actually see that we're adding things. Let's go create. Let's go owners for people. People. No, person. I don't know. Person. That's fine. People. Owners. That makes so much sense. I just need to send it as an HTML response as plain text. Yeah. So in theory, I should be reading the request headers, and if it's explicitly a JSON request, or if it's a request made with a fetch, then I should be returning a JSON object. Otherwise, I should be returning a redirect. For some reason, it's just returning the home page or the page that I was on or something like that, but it's fine. Let's see, list of owners. So that's a route to the list of owners, and then we have a page with person, right? Yeah, I'm looking to person. This is the route to the persons. I need a loader data. like this. And we're going to go here. We've got the person schema. We've got our loader. We've got use action data. We need a use loader data. And here we're going to get essentially just all the people. Person, don't need the pet ID. Don't think I need the params. We're just going to find many. I'm not going to filter any of them. I'm just going to grab all of them for now. And we're going to say the data is the data, whatever. In my thing here, say const data equals loader data. Grab this thing, put that there. That means data is going to be a list of persons, and we're just going to throw this into a pre tag. So pre JSON.stringify data null comma 2. Nope. Close that off. Let's see the list of owners. We do have one owner. Great. Server code in my client modules. Don't know what that means. Okay. Where is that error coming from? Server code in client bundles. And that is like on every single page. Don't know. But I still need to be able to add nugget, add owners for nugget. Right, so in the event that a pet posts data to a route, that's going to create the person, which we know that that's working now, right? Because now I'm going to add an owner of Stony, and we add that, and that did actually redirect me back to where I came from. So if I look at the list of owners, it's not creating the owner though. So what's the deal there? Person, did I accidentally? Yep, I forgot to put it back. That makes sense. Cool, that should be working. Let's go here, let's try to add Stony again, add the owner, should redirect us back here. Let's go to the list of owners. We do see that Stony's in there now. So let's go back. As we have a list of owners and we want to list them, we're going to do the same thing as we have on the persons page and use loader data and essentially list them along with the pets. I think this is where I want to have those sub routes that Remix is all about. Nested routes, nested routing. Yeah, so here where I can say, cool, this is like the whole page, and then this is just a section of the page, and then this is a section of that, and then that's just a section of that. Okay. Okay, interesting. Import invoice.js. So I think here, because I have this pet, what I need is I want to get the list of existing owners as a list of potential new owners. Let's start with just a list of existing owners. Okay. No, I'll get the list of existing owners from here. What I need is a list of all of the owners, or a list of all of the people, so that I can then select which ones would then be the owners. All right, let's do this. I think I need to do that in the loader. That's my data. I'm going to have another thing here that's going to be the person data. Something like that. So then here we can say that's the pet, and then we've got person data. Cool. Person data. Bring this form back, and we need to bring person data. Cool. We have the list of owners in there, which means we can take person data in an array, right? Yep. Cool. Which means we can take this list of people and map over it. Data dot map person. That's going to return contain itself is an input. And no, I don't want a map actually. What I want, do that. We're going to do, because we have our fancy input component, we're going to do an input with a type of checkbox and a, I don't know, options equals person data dot map, and now we need to return the label and a value. Label? Is it label or is it text? It's label. Oh man. Oh, haha. That's because I spelled this wrong. Options. Or maybe I just don't support it yet. Input. What? Do I support checkboxes? I do. No, I don't. Not yet, anyway. Or I do, but only for a single one. So this is going to be what we do tomorrow, is expanding the input so that it actually supports a field set. So let's get this working today. Yeah, bring this back. Let's comment this out. This is going to be a to-do item, and we're going to say here we need a field set. Around the list of checkboxes, which also needs a legend is going to be people, or owners, yep. For each input, we're going to have the key, the person ID. The ID should not be person ID, really. But sure, that's fine. Label is person name. Name is owner. Okay, owners. Austin, Stony. Type equals checkbox. Cool. Austin and Stony can both be the owners. And we're kind of getting close there. I think that this actually needs to come down here as a different form, so that when I search for owners, I have them here. And when I have owners, I can actually add them. So we'll do that in the next stream. All right, that is as far as I'm going to get today. And in the next stream, we'll actually cover creating the relationships and maybe sorting and filtering by relationships. Cool. Any thoughts? Any feedback? If not, or any questions? If not, I'm going to leave it at that, and we will check back again on, what's today? Today's Monday? Today's Monday. We'll check back on Wednesday at 1:30 Pacific Standard until 3:30. So with that, bid you adieu, and thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Stony, I'm going to turn you around on these HTML things, because they're pretty great once you get it going. And I think what's missing is I need to show you the JavaScript side, so that it actually, is progressively enhanced and isn't just HTML. But it'll be pretty cool once we're done. All right, with that, I'm out. I'll catch you later, and yeah, see you next time. Oh, no, not even going to let you catch me on this. Raid. Is there anyone worth raiding? There is not anyone that I follow that's currently streaming. I don't know what happened today. Fimian, is he actually on? Doesn't look like it. Nope. All right, that's gonna be it for me then. CM Griffin G, huh? All right, we can head over there. Raid always, or Stony always has to have a raid. CM Griffin G. Let's do this. All right. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I will catch you Wednesday.